Used watches can be great opportunities to pick something up with value at a very attractive price. And often they come in mint condition, often with box and papers as a hassle-free package, and often with discounts of, let's say, 20, 30 or even 40%. Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and our topic are used watches in 2024. As said, great opportunities, but sometimes you have to wait a bit, because when something is fresh and hot, then the chances are very limited that you find many pieces on the used market. So we have to wait a bit. And so I went through my own memory, through my videos, through Chrono24, eBay and forums, and I was searching for watches that were introduced between, let's say, 2021 and 2023 and are now available in used form on the used market. And I found quite a few, and it's a very colorful mix I'd like to show you in this video. Important to know is though that these are not reviews, okay? If you spot in this video a watch that interests you and you think, well, I could buy that piece, but I need more information, then check out the video description, because there you will find for every watch mentioned in this video, with one exception, there you find a video in the description, okay? So check it out. And important to know is also that I give you some prices in this video, but often only in euro, but exchange rates between the three, let's say, main watch currencies, euro, US dollar and Swiss franc, are pretty close. So if you hear something like 100 euro, then you have your 110 US dollars, right? So you can do the math really easy in your head. And the last point of this introduction is for vintage watch lovers. Stay with me please until the end of this video, because there I will share a model. I don't have it, but I'm pretty sure that this model will be wanted in the future. So I think this is a bit of valuable information if you were in this segment. We're speaking 40s to 50s here. Okay, but now let's do it. Our 6 used modern watches in no particular order. In the last years we've seen an attempt to revive the historic brand Vulcain with some force, and with all these legendary models like the Vulcain Cricket, known as the President's Watch with an alarm function. Despite the fact that the originals were fairly middle class in terms of pricing, the successor Cricket Classique came with a price tag of 4,300 euros, so clearly situated in the luxury segment. This pricing can be seen more as a strategy in competition to other brands, and many people simply don't believe that this staggering amount of money is justified. So when a modern Cricket shows up on the used market, we can expect a big discount, especially because the originals from the 60s are still available at a fraction of the price. So if you see a modern used one online and you like the model, then go for it, because after all, the modern Cricket is a marvelous timepiece. It's not a copy, it really is the successor of a legend, delivers look and flair with modern technology. Where to buy? Chrono24. The young watch designer Möels Co created in 2022 her first watch, the Möels Co 528. A large boom it was. She won an award and the respect of many watch lovers, because this was an extremely bold move. The TV design of the 70s revived in a contemporary form and paired with exquisite build quality and a Swiss-made movement. These watches go new for around 1,000 euros or dollars, depending on the exact model, and it worked. Möels Co sold the first batches of their timepieces, so that now some 100 pieces are out there. And some buyer's remorse. It's nobody's fault, but watches with a very special look circle more often, because people change their minds, their taste. A round, normal piece may stay on your wrist even when you cannot longer value its look, but when a TV falls out of love, it reminds the wearer every second that there's a change in need. And in fact, you see them here and there on forums for sale with large discounts because of this special character. So if you like the design, then you will find a good opportunity to grab this unique piece. The story of the Tissot PRX began in 2021. Magenta-esque design, great brand, affordable price, and then in 2022 and 2023, many varieties and options. The PRX turned out to be one of the biggest hits by Tissot in recent times, and for a reason, or several reasons. It's a super convincing piece that again brings the classic watch design together with hassle-free technology, availability, good after-sales service, attractive price between 400 and 800 euros or dollar depending on the movement, etc. And in sharp contrast to pieces like the Cricket or the Möels, it's really an all-rounder that goes with everything from swimming trunks to formal attire. You can wear it when you're 16 or 80. As a result, there are thousands PRX models out there. You find them on any place you can imagine, from eBay, over forums or in your local pawn shop with a nice discount. This handsome all-rounder you've seen in many reviews on YouTube because of two reasons. Christopher Ward has a hard-working public relation team, and reason 2, substance. Christopher Ward's C63 Sealander GMT delivers a good-looking modern design, high build quality, a lot of options with a top-notch Swiss-made movement. And the company itself has grown its success over the years with this substance and with a willingness to change and enhance things in a constant stream. Take the logo for example, then you see that there's no holy grail. They observed trends, needs, voices in the watch world, and then they launched their pieces with a very solid price tag. With one of their ubiquitous discount codes and some tricks with currencies, one can buy this watch under 800 euros or dollars, and it's worth that. This success also means that a lot of Sealanders are out there and will find their way into the used market. And when something is fairly priced right from the beginning, you can expect an even more attractive price for used pieces. By the way, people might ask now, what's with the 12, Christopher Ward 12, also big hit. But I think it's a bit early for used models. They're still very rare, very expensive. But the Sealander here, the Sealander GMT, you will find on platforms as Chrono24, watch forums, and even on eBay from time to time. Everybody who showed up in 2023 with a Tudor Prince date day on the wrist would face one question: did you buy it from Jet Co? Answer: yes. That online shop situated in Hong Kong was the main source for the Prince. That is not longer in production. You could get your brand new Prince date day with that iconic complication and layout with a Rolex-like case for something around 2,000 to 2,400 euros from Jet Co. Well, that source now has dried up, and that's because many people panicked when realizing that it might be the last chance to buy one of these watches new. So some hasty decisions were made, and now you do find here and there slightly used Tudor prints, often two-tones, especially on Chrono24 and on watch forums, and that's awesome. Because these are great watches, enormous fun on the wrist with the Rolex vibe for a fraction of the price. But don't expect large discounts, on the contrary. These watches tend to be more expensive now because the supply is not longer active. It is possible to see price tags like 3,000 bucks for a piece in mint condition. But there's only a little risk on the other hand that you lose money with that watch in case you change your mind. So big recommendation for this year, checking Chrono24 for that Tudor Prince date day. By the way, often people write me that there are still Prince models available at Jet Co, but unfortunately these are 34mm diameters, and I'm referring here to the 36. I know, it's sad. This was seen by many as a clear attack on the classic vintage Rolex Datejust. 2022, Longines introduced a variant of their Spirit, the Spirit 37. So a relatively simple watch with a rather small case diameter of 37mm and a real chronometer. This is one of the few watches where people fail to complain. It's close to perfection. Handsome, useful, legible, high quality, great movement, great size, in case you fancy smaller watches of course, great brand, price in a justifiable region around 2,400 euros. And of course that watch was a huge success, was sold in large numbers, and therefore you may find them online now in used condition. The watch is still under production, but I have the feeling that it loses attention now, and this leads to correct discounts. Not super big discounts because it stays a great thing, but chances are decent that you find a Spirit 37 in mint condition on sites like Chrono24 or even in local shops with used watches. Okay, welcome back, and as promised, now our vintage watch. And I'd like to speak about a line of watches made in the 40s and 50s by Hamilton in the United States. Golden cases, tank cases, very small watches with relatively simple designs and often simple names like the Hamilton Gordon, for example. Hamilton Gordon. And these watches provide some benefits for us. First, they look awesome. They look just great if you dig that classic watch design. Then we have 18 karat gold case. There are some gold filled, some gold plated, but the Hamilton Gordon you find in solid gold. Next point is that they have movements that are relatively simple, relatively robust, and can be fixed by watchmakers today. Next point are the dials, which come often in surprisingly good condition, so that you think, well, repainted or restored in any form, but often they just are in that condition because they're robust. They're really robust. And the last good point here is that especially this Hamilton Gordon comes with a lug width of 18 millimeters. Why is that important? Well, when you pick up a tank, let's say from Longines, often you find a great design, but then the lug width is 16 millimeters, which is a bit of a problem because you cannot buy yourself a strap. You have to go to the ladies department and then you have a very short strap, and so it's a bit of a problem. But the Hamilton Gordon comes again with these 18 millimeters. By the way, I cannot show you images of that watch, but you can Google it very easily, and you can go to Robin's Watch Journey on Instagram. Big shout out. I think he's a subscriber of the channel and he has an amazing collection of watches, really good taste, and I was a bit envious, or not a bit, I was really envious that this piece was there. And then I googled the watch, found a few, and I found one in mint condition in the United States for 190 US dollars, I think. And then the idiot thought, all right, let's make the decision tomorrow, let's sleep it over, let's clear our head, let's decide it tomorrow. Then I woke up, checked the watch, and what happened? Yes, correct, was sold. And so it's of course not the wisest thing to share this information before I have bought the watch, but yeah, the show must go on, right? And so if you see a Hamilton Gordon or something similar, I really think these are great buys. Prices I cannot mention here because they vary so much, because this is not a regulated market, this is really a bit of chaos. But when you see it and you like it, then I think you cannot go wrong with one of these pieces. Okay, and that's all for this video. If you'd like to check out my own Instagram, it's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.